Rap is out of control.
DJs for supporting. I'd love to say this in person, but that's impossible. So we have prepared a special mix.
Long live the king.
Show and I like to thank all of the DJs for support.
Man, oh man, listen.
What?
Rap is out of control meets in control.
In
control. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was DJ Kevy Kev, the turntable lord.
Peace, Kevy Kev.
Played the In Control era joints.
Wow.
I felt like I was back in VLS.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how it all started. See,
Wait, that's the voice of Marley Marl first and foremost.
Marley Marl.
we in the building. What up? How you,
Pete
man?
Rock here. I'm
Pete
good.
Rock.
I'm good.
Well,
Got
what
up
up?
there. Now tell us. Go
All
ahead.
right, let me tell you. I used to do the Mr. Magic Rap Attack, right, for about 7 years. And I came to work one day, and they said, Marley, Magic's not going to be on the radio with you tonight. I said, oh, he's not going to be on. He said, no, he's not going to be on the radio no more with you.
Oh, wow.
We want you to go do your rap show that you used to do with Mr. Magic, but guess who the host is? I was Magic's DJ for 7 years, never said one word.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I had to talk on the radio that night.
Yep.
How was that first show?
Oh, the first show, I was like, the magic is here. No, not tonight. God rest his soul. You know what I mean?
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Mr.
rest in
Magic.
peace,
That was-
Mr. Magic.
Respect,
Yeah,
respect.
it was crazy because, like you said, that first night was you and Pete.
Yeah.
Right.
I was in the hospital.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I listened. I'm like, it was a new era. You know, like sometimes you
See,
like,
that's after he had the
90s
accident.
that's
was
after
boiling.
hanging
That's
out all
after he had
night,
the
hanging out
accident.
all night with Craig G.
Right.
That was the late 80s. That was
Right.
like 87, 88, 88,
That was
89.
February 89.
Yep.
Right, a lot of
February
people
89.
don't know that my DJs were Clark Kent first and Kevy Kev only.
Yeah.
Kevy Kev had an accident, broke his leg, and Pete Rock came over my house like the week before with Heavy D.
Yeah.
Rest in peace too.
Yes,
Right.
all
He
right.
came over the
Yeah.
crib, and no, everybody don't know that Pete Rock did the cuts on Girls the Girls They Love Me.
Girls, they love
Yeah, I
me.
was there for that session.
And
That's
the
when I-
background vocals.
Right.
And the vocals.
They love me. That was Pete.
Yeah.
I was there
But
for that.
I remember those fresh cuts that he did that
Yes,
day in the
remember
studio.
that?
Thank you.
And I was like,
sir.
yo, hold up. I needed a DJ. He was in the hospital.
Oh,
I had to
man.
go on the air. Yo, Hev, where's your cousin that was rocking the other day? Send him down.
Next scene.
Yup.
And here comes
Came
Pete
through.
Rock.
I
I'm tearing
remember.
it down.
Yo,
Listen,
The
man.
rest is history.
And that was it right
Yeah,
there.
man.
What?
Born.
Crazy.
The
Cutting
birth.
up, break beats.
Yeah.
This
Control.
dude.
Bro.
That was the birth.
This
and then we
dude.
did a demo with Marley, me and CL.
Oh, yeah. Word up. Pete Rock, when he started cutting up those break beats in New York City
45.
on New York City radio, right?
Prime time.
Prime time.
Yep. On live.
Everybody didn't know what happened.
That was
live.
like
break beats. That's like
I
one of the
remember-
first cats.
I remember like he was killing Dance to the Drummer's Beat.
Oh, yeah.
Dance, man.
What?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when I was
And
practicing.
Apache.
Oh, yeah.
I was-
I think they was on the same record, right?
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
that old break that everybody had?
Yeah, Street Beat. Joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to kill.
Shout out to Benny, Break Beat Lou.
Break Beat Lou.
Break
yeah.
Beat Lou.
It had the Apache.
I had the original, but
Yeah,
you know.
but
Yeah.
that was easy to
But
just keep
sometimes, let me tell you, sometimes he had the 45
Yes.
and the album.
Yes.
So he's catching a 45
different
one
ones.
side,
Yeah.
the album.
You know, it's two different mixes
Yeah,
on that.
no
record.
doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Catching it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
gotta say, after he did that,
Yeah.
that's how he got known.
Yeah.
Pete Rock came up there, virtually unknown.
Thanks to you, sir. You know
and
what
then
I'm saying?
came up
Give
there
us
and
that
started doing that
shot.
with
Yes.
the break beats.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Give
you know
him
what I'm
that
saying?
shot.
Gave
I'm
me
like,
a break. Yo,
There you go.
holy
And
man.
People
with
wasn't
Kevy Kev, let me tell you,
Made
Kevy
me
Kev.
famous.
people wasn't giving. Yo,
Famous. Marley made
I
a
started
star.
with DNA. This man found me working on the DNA
my
Hank
God.
Love radio show and just took me to
I used to
left
tape y'all.
and
Come
left
on,
me
man.
to the left me at the rap attack with Magic. Left.
Wow. Wow.
I'm like, how we get here? Like, okay,
That was crazy.
okay,
Really nuts.
Yeah, like what?
That was a big rocket ride.
I thought it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
April Fool's. Like, you serious? He was like, yo, come pick up the flight cases
Yo,
and go.
crazy,
like,
man.
Yeah, we had some fun, man. I
it
mean,
was
in
a-
control.
Yes.
I mean, you got to think because that was like the pinnacle
Yeah.
of hip hop at that point.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it tries to here in New York City.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of the world didn't know about it yet.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm glad you got us
All
up here
those
so we can
joints
let the world know.
No doubt.
All the joints was breaking.
Yeah,
all the
for
records,
sure.
yeah,
Marley
like,
was premiering his joints on the radio.
the
Oh, yeah.
remixes
Yeah.
that
That's
people
the
still
thing.
ask me about remixes he was playing. I'm like, man, that remix never came out. He probably gonna play it tonight.
We'll probably play it right
I'm
tonight.
No doubt.
Those was Marley remixes, man.
Yep.
Shout out to Sirius XM Satellite Radio for
Yes.
giving all of us a
Word
platform to come up here and still play music and play
Yes.
music like this,
Yes.
the old stuff,
Oh,
the
yeah.
new stuff,
Yes.
everything that still matters
And
today.
the
That's
unedited
right.
versions.
The unedited version.
That's most important. That's
Yeah,
most
for
important.
sure.
You always had to be.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
you used to,
so
you used to
most
do
important.
stuff, and you guys would do stuff and go right to the radio from the studio with like not only just exclusive, but up to, like straight from the studio to the radio.
That-
I
Of
I
course.
didn't know where the cursor
Marley,
were.
tell him I used to bring my SP up there
Yeah,
and just be hitting
he had
play.
Yeah.
the 1200 live over the air playing live beats.
I used
Yeah.
to bring.
It's crazy.
When me and
Crazy.
Akbi was working
Wow.
on our album, I used to bring the dats from 1212 that Paul C did
Uh-huh.
for us.
Right.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, Marley, number two.
There you go. Yeah.
The carts.
Yeah.
The carts.
I had a portable
carts.
DAT player
Yes.
in the radio station.
Yeah,
I
I
used to
remember
bring.
that. I remember that.
How'd you learn how to DJ, Pete? Like, where'd you,
My cousin Floyd.
cousin? Like,
Yeah, Hev's brother taught me.
and you had a hands-on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, and I
Yeah.
never had the
Well,
hands-on treating.
In the
training.
beginning, I didn't.
Yeah, right?
I didn't, but then
It was
you know,
listening to Marley. I
Yeah,
tell people, and they
yeah,
always
yeah.
like, well, I'm like, I'm self-taught.
Yep.
And they're like, what? Rap Attack tapes.
Yep.
Let me find out if Floyd taught you how to get
Yep.
busy.
He sure did. He
That's
sure
what's
did.
up.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yep.
Who taught you Eclipse?
My man Al Shell and DJ Buck in Rhode Island. I just watched. It wasn't even like taught. It was just like, why just study? I just go to the
like,
skating
yeah.
rink.
Yeah.
Go to the skating rink and watch
Oh, so
them
you did
and go.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the when I got cool with them, went to the house and
Yep.
just watched.
It's
and
crazy.
went home and practiced. Just
Right?
like
It's better to watch up close.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My first two
You can
records I
see
bought-
what's going on.
I remember buying my first two doubles. It was Rockmaster Scott and Dynamic
Ooh.
3. And I remember going, this
Press
could be
line.
an, this could
That
be
was
an,
my joint.
This could be an expensive hobby though.
On
Like I gotta buy
profile.
two.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why you got on radio.
I said I gotta buy two.
Rock
So you get the
Master
promo?
Scott.
I went in the store with $20 and left with
crazy.
3. I'm like, I got 3 records. Like,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be a problem.
I could imagine where the sound of hip hop would have went if Paul C was still here.
Still here right now.
Because he would have made me clean up my shit.
Wow. Wow.
He was
You know what I'm saying?
clean.
Because-
yes.
Yo, he was
because-
ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I had a dirty sound.
Right.
Mhm.
I had that dingy,
Right.
4-track,
Yeah.
Queensbridge,
Projects.
project
Oh,
sound, broken
But
mic,
that's the best sound.
Yeah.
wacky mic. You hear rocking
Marley
vocals on
scratch.
Yeah.
my melody,
Yeah.
all distorted.
Yeah.
That was my mic.
Yeah.
That's what I was living with. But it was a hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paul C was like so meticulous in like
Yeah.
the reverse. Like
I was
he
opposite.
Like,
I was the dirty
we
kid
used to be in the
from
studio like
projects
Ice,
making
you know, you
beats.
young, you in the
Wow.
studio, you young. Paul C, he had me in there like come on, like really?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
turning knobs, and
Yep,
like
yep.
yo, it's good.
Yeah,
he,
man.
He like,
Yeah.
no, it ain't. Step out. Leave the room if I'm boring you.
Wow.
That's real. That's real talk.
Just
Right
that
there.
That's
dude,
what's
man.
up,
Real,
man.
real talk,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
A lot of
RIP,
history, man.
man.
Yeah,
Word
a
up.
lot of history. I remember this meeting this guy and then meet like it's
Yeah,
crazy. And now it
man.
just went into. And like you said, we was having fun.
You know
Yep,
what's
yep.
crazy to
Fun,
me?
fun.
How it almost became like a inside battle when like
Yeah.
Kev used to be on one day,
Yeah.
and then you used to check and see what he did.
Yeah.
And then coming back Saturday, Kev would listen,
I'll be
and
listening.
then they coming back Friday. They got to top what happened
Then
last
Clark-
week.
then Clark-
and
then
then
Clark
they
would be on.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it just
Yeah.
that's what kept it going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what kept
You
it
was
dope.
not listening to the other dudes.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, a lot of the times, a lot of the other dudes
It was
used to
just-
tell
it
me,
was us.
"Yo, we used to listen to y'all on the radio and see
But
what y'all
then
was
we
playing."
was mixing R&B joints with rap
that's
joints,
what
and
was-
Marley was in there playing with that turntable while I was
Let me
doing
tell
keeping
you
the
too?
beat going.
Yeah,
And-
you too?
And he would be
Yeah.
mixing,
But he
Yo.
would never tell you.
Oh,
Right,
man.
right, yeah. I said, keep that
We
beat going,
I was-
and you be under pressure.
Yo,
Because
bro.
if you fucked up live on the air,
Exactly,
I was be
bro.
off beat.
Exactly.
I was under
Yo,
pressure. I was like, yo, keep that beat. Watch this.
we was
I was
setting
running,
something
and he
in
wasn't playing an
hip-hop
acapella.
style,
He
right?
wasn't playing acapella. I was cutting up something, some up-tempo joint.
Yeah.
He looked through the window like
Yeah.
this window here, and he
Yeah.
said, "Keep it going." Right.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right. He started mixing "Guy, You Can Call Me Crazy"
Yes,
with it, and I'm
yes.
like, hold up.
Yeah.
Like now I'm scrambling.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
Now
like.
you
Trying to
scratching
keep the
back
beat.
and
I'm
forth,
like,
and I got something
But
going in beat.
that's what kept me on my toes.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
we would do
yeah.
stuff like that, then
Yeah.
I would practice being on time.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I never, and it wasn't acapella, so you had all those drums. You got to
Yeah.
make sure all of that.
Had to
song.
match it up.
That's why you see me doing them cuts like that. Like it's still in me, man. Like
Yeah.
keeping the beat going.
You know what I used to like about In Control? I used to like when you used to cut it up and scratch, and I used to catch them on a hot scratch, like they're catching a beat,
Yeah.
Right.
and you hear in the background,
Always.
yeah. I mean, that was sinister.
Yeah.
Really
That was
sinister.
crazy.
That
Yeah.
was.
And I gotta
Really
give you,
was.
I found I got the original In Control mixer.
Okay.
The black Newmark.
Yeah,
I
that
got
Newmark joint.
Yeah, it was in a storage.
Radio Shack used to sell them joints.
We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with that. It's the black
Pete
Newmark.
had one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
Radio
had
Shack
one.
joint
Yep,
too, right?
Yeah. But that
Mm-hmm.
black Newmark, we used the short fader. The one
Yes.
there. I got that.
With the little knobs,
Yeah.
square knobs on there.
Yeah, the little square
Yep.
line in and out.
And
That's what we
I
was
think-
practicing on, B.
I think Pete Rock used to have one of his turntables straight,
Yeah.
and then the other one
Other
used to be
one the
on
other way.
crooked,
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Right,
And
right,
I
right.
never seen no DJ play like that
Yep.
before.
Right.
Yep.
It was like one was like this crooked,
Yeah.
up straight up battle style, but the other one was straight.
Normal.
Straight. Normal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
did
it was
that.
like
I never
what
did
rocket 10
You know
shit
why?
down.
Because the turntable was stuck like that at a party I was doing, and it felt real good. And I was like, you know what? You know what?
That's how most of the shit we've done is why we do it,
Yeah.
because of that's the only way we had to work with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's
so
yo,
crazy, man. I mean, I had some good times, and
Mhm.
that original demo that I played from Pete Rock and Sail Smooth,
Right.
that was gonna be on In Control too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That was
Okay.
that was slated to be on In Control.
Yeah,
So Kevy
yeah.
Kev was slated to be on
we
In
on
Control.
we on there.
Right.
Yeah, me and I
But
be
I
on
think
there.
Pete
Yeah.
got a deal, and he went to Elektra.
Yeah.
We couldn't really clear it,
And
so
we-
Right, right.
We
we
had,
ended
and
his
it's
thing.
crazy because we had
But-
just left Elektra.
Yeah.
We had just left
Yeah,
Elektra.
we signed to them, and they, you know how that is, man.
Well, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we got to get permission from them.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
They
And we had just
they owned us
and
at
we
the
had
time.
and we had just walked out of
Slave
Elektra deal with DNA.
mentality.
I was one when I first heard the first rap records. I didn't think rap records was going nowhere
Uh-huh.
because they were so corny.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then, as I became Mr. Magic's DJ,
Mhm.
because I wasn't with the bands replaying loops.
Right,
That
right.
was corny.
Sugar Hill era.
man.
I mean, I hated that. I hated that.
Yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on, you
Pumpkin
can't
and them
replay.
dudes.
You cannot replay that.
Yeah.
So let the beat be the beat. That's why when I got into hip hop and started really producing with Mr. Magic and working for his show and producing the show, that's why I started producing
Right.
because I didn't like the music I had to play. I was like, oh my God, I got, but you know,
Oh.
Yeah.
but I was the DJ, so I had to get it in because
Yeah.
that's
Right,
all we
yeah.
had.
Right.
Yeah.
But I knew in my mind, I'm gonna make something better than what we got to play.
Wow.
I gotta
Wow.
I have to take this to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like why I brought sampling into hip hop. That's why the whole revolution of it, you know,
Yep.
that opened up because I had to play some pretty bad records. But by the time In Control came,
Uh-huh.
everybody like that production was up.
Yeah.
We had great records to play.
Yes.
for sure.
Oh, come
EPMD.
on.
Really,
Yep.
really,
Come on.
because
EPMD,
production got a little
MC
better.
Oh,
Light.
You
yeah,
had the
for
Paul
sure.
C's coming up.
Yep.
You had Marley making beats. You had Rick Rubin.
You had
Rick
record
Rubin was no
labels
joke.
coming up
Eric-
there.
And then
Yeah.
Pete Rock started even making
Yeah,
beats.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
real.
Eric Sermon was
Yeah,
doing
Eric-
like
yeah,
EPMD.
double.
So
Yeah,
production
they was-
got better.
Right.
So by the time we started doing In Control,
Yeah.
we had like good records to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what really made it what it was.
Yes.
Because
Right.
Turn New York up.
In Control is the first record to ever break a Gangstar record,
Yeah.
which was Words I Manifest.
Words
I used to hear the records that they did on 98.7 Kids before I joined the group.
But the first record once I joined the group was In Control, and it was like Marley knows from all the times we used to do XM radio together.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Before it was Sirius XM.
That's right.
And it was just the fact that I got to even come to your house. The stories you told me. I remember when you did the Mama Said Knock You Out album with LL.
No doubt.
You said Russell called you and said start looking for a house.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
real talk.
I was like, that's
Real talk.
I was like, that's when you know
Real talk.
it's on and popping.
Yep,
And again, to even just be friends with you when you are my number one idol besides James Brown. I always say you're
Marley
the James
Marl.
Brown of hip hop to me.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying?
yep.
I mean, I've
Soul
never heard
brother.
the funkier beats than
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And
yeah.
to this day, I mean, I always say the same thing every time. So
doubt.
I'm saying it again.
No
you know,
doubt.
but
We
you-
just the sons of Marley
yeah, we
Marl.
the sons of you, man. So if you call me son, I'm gonna be like, yes, Dad. Yes, Papa.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Papa.
There go. Yo, I'll tell y'all one thing. Y'all done me well. Y'all done me well. Y'all represented
Thanks,
well.
Papa.
Y'all
Yes.
represented well
Yes,
because
sir. Yes, sir.
at one point it was between you guys that had every song out on the radio. So I was looking out. So I'm proud of you guys.
Yes.
That's real talk right
Pete
there.
used to get.
Scratch
Anytime
that
I heard a
Kane
Pete Rock
record.
remix or anything,
Yeah.
it made me have to go to the studio and make another jam.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I would
that's
say
talk-
my number one Pete Rock record gotta be Shut 'Em Down.
I was just gonna say, Shut It Down remix.
Yo,
That was the talk.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I made that beat in 15 minutes. 15 I was in a rush and late for the studio, and I didn't have the beat made, and I had to remix Def Jam. I had to impress a major record label without it being done yet.
Did they like it?
Did they like it right away?
I said, God, shine your light on me now. You know what I mean? 15 minutes.
Wow.
Did they like it right off rip?
What?
Wow.
Right off the back.
Wow.
And they even like my rap. I said, you ain't got to keep it. I just did it. I did one
Yo,
with
the
it,
remix
one
of Brand
without.
Nubians too.
Oh, yeah. I did 3 remixes today.
Oh, yeah.
3. I played an unreleased one.
Oh yeah.
Hold up. Jump around. Stop playing.
Oh, jump around too.
Jump around remix.
You know what I always notice on the jump around? It don't say pack it up, pack it in. It goes get up, pack it in.
Yes.
Was that on purpose or what happened?
Oh, that's the way he did it. It just some words come out funny, and you think it says something else when it's really saying. Because I asked him, and he said, "I said get up."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's a get up,
But
pack it in.
why does it feel like it sounds like it says pack it up, pack it in?
Hey.
I always thought that was a gate problem. I thought the gate was on the vocals.
You know, the mics was crazy.
Yeah,
You know
We're
what
taking
I
it back
mean?
to analog.
Yes.
Ooh, oh,
exactly.
speaking of analog,
And the
the
DVDs.
transition from wax to Serato, because when we was doing these radio shows like Mr. Magic Show, it was strictly wax.
Yeah,
Yep.
wax.
In Control was
Bringing
strictly
crates.
wax with y'all DJing with that.
Yeah, man.
But see, right now, Serato.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Serato and the wax to y'all?
Well, wax feels
The
better.
latency.
Yeah.
It's better. Yeah. The
It's
latency.
just the original way.
Yeah.
The only, I mean, the benefit is for now all these exclusives, you can actually just blend them in without
Yeah.
having to like
And I
dead
don't have
stop
to worry
something.
about-
And
I used to park my car in the front of 801 Second at BLS. I used to park my car and drag crates in, put one to hold the elevator, watching the car out the door in Midtown Manhattan.
That's crazy.
Then run out and get another one. Then Black Rock and Ron came and helped me one night.
Nice. Shout out to Black Rock and
So,
Roll.
and the funny thing, the first time I ever met Premier was at 801 Second Avenue at WBLS
me too.
downstairs.
Yeah. Well.
Well, the first time we met, I was looking to give you my demo, which I gave you, and it was whack. It was. It wasn't ready yet, and I was waiting for you to come out, and they were like, "Well, Marley's busy right now because you used to have a radio day."
Right.
And,
Tuesdays.
So I come up there, and the elevator opens, and Heavy D walks off with the gray sweat bottoms and the gray matching zip up sweat top with a fat cable tucked in. You could just see the cable bulging out his neck. And I look and I go, Heavy D, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, brother?" He was real polite.
Yeah.
And then you open the side door and you go, "Is that you, overwaiter?" And I'm like, "There go Marley Marl. There go Marley Marl." And the first thing you said was, "Yo, Biz is on his way."
Wow.
And we're like, "What they gonna do?" That Friday, you played me right the
Played
song,
that
the rough,
shit.
the rough.
Played that shit.
Not the mix.
The rough.
It didn't even have the bass going, the 808 going.
Wow.
You didn't
It
have
was
that
just
yet.
the beat. It was
Yeah,
just the
boom.
drums.
Wow.
God, just the drums, and I was like, "That's what they was doing."
Wow.
And then when the album came out, you had the final mix,
There
and
it
I was
goes.
like,
Yeah.
"Wow!"
I
man.
thought it was a remix with that bass line in there.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go.